With the withdrawal of SADC troops from the Democratic Republic of Congo, the focus now is on diplomatic efforts to foster peace in the embattled area. The decision to pull out troops by Southern African heads of state this week was described as an embarrassment and a concession that the troops were underprepared. Deputy Defence Minister Bantu Holomisa said it may take months for the troops to return to South Africa. Now, diplomatic efforts to bring peace to the region will kick off next week with talks between the DRC and M23 rebels facilitated by Luanda. Newzroom Afrika's Qaanitah has more.
South Africa makes up most of the SADC force in the DRC, which was sent 2 years ago to support the Congolese army in fighting the Rwandan-backed M23 rebels. Since then, this year, the M23 has seized control of large parts of mineral-rich eastern DRC. Now, under-resourced and demoralized after the killings of their colleagues in January, SADC troops will begin packing up their bases and begin their return home. While the withdrawal is said to be staggered, Deputy Defence Minister Bantu Holomisa says South Africa will be more cautious about its participation in peacemaking forces in future.
If the United Nations, remember we're part of UN, if the UN feels that in future we must participate, then the South African government must make sure that the orders are clear. What role are we going to play? What kind of equipment must we have? We're not going to take a risk again.
The International Crisis Group senior advisor at the African Union, Liesl Lo-Vodren, says SADC troops were ill-equipped and under-financed. She says SADC now has to go back to the drawing board regarding its role in restoring stability to the DRC.
It is embarrassing because of its weak military capacity, which in the end, it wasn't able to fight off this enemy. And as I say, the fast changing situation on the ground. SADC will now have to have a rethink.
SADC is now relying on diplomatic efforts to bring peace to the DRC. This includes a meeting next week between the DRC government and the M23 rebels, facilitated by Angola.
What is happening with this mediation? I think that's a challenge for SADC now going forward, to be on the same page with the African Union, with the EAC, with Angola, so that, that mediation can have the best chance of success. It's going to be extremely difficult.
While Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Defence has welcomed the withdrawal of the troops, it's noted that pulling out of the DRC will not be a complete abandonment, but a refocus on diplomacy to achieve peace in the region. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Qaanitah.